All right, good night. Oh, good evening, everybody. I'm Rosemary Tatum. Welcome to another AI Mastery Session live stream. We are going to be making a AI illustrated storybook with animations. The platforms we'll be using is Google With, presented by Google Labs, and Grok 3. So I am super excited to introduce my character, Pip. Pip is a hedgehog. I created Pip on December 22nd, 2024. To date, we have 7 published Pip books that includes coloring books and activity books on Amazon. So if you want to support, you can just type in Rosemary Salem Pip or Pip Rosemary Salem, and all of the books will pop up on Amazon. And I'm super excited for tonight. We'll be creating the storybook entitled Pip with a Paintbrush. So Pip is a neurodivergent hedgehog to bring awareness to neurodivergency, more social awareness, and also provide clarity through the lenses of Pip, how he goes about living his life. So Pip goes on quests and adventures. So for this particular one, we are going to be exploring Pip with a paintbrush. And this is going to highlight sensory and really highlight the differences on how neurodivergent individuals experience sensory activities versus neurotypicals. And I've been utilizing Google Whisk to formulate all of Pip's generations. He was born on Google Whisk. I was introduced to the platform, and immediately after failing to create a sheep project, I wanted to create a story based off of Joseph in the Bible, and the sheep just wasn't cooperating. So eventually I came up with a new concept, and Pip was born. We have been streaming now for, this is stream 17 out of our 30-day streak. So thank you all who have been consistently showing up, watching, and learning as I've been displaying live tutorials. As you all know, I have beta access to Google Whisk Animate. Yesterday evening, we were actually able to explore Hedra Labs. So if you've been curious about building or creating animation projects with Hedra, after last night's experience, I definitely 100% back them and support them. You will probably see that you will need to eventually invest in that platform to go and create like larger, more detailed projects, but it's a really nice platform. But tonight we're back with our Google Labs full rendition. So we're going to be working through everything. I got music being provided by Music FX by Google Labs. I created all of these tracks with Google Labs. So this is a full AI powered stream. I'm super excited to be here with you all tonight. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. We will be starting new segments and things of that nature when it comes to AI mastery sessions. So as we have been gearing up towards our completion of our 30-day sprint with Google Whisk, I do have more in store for you. But as towards tonight, we're going to go through our 20 scenes. I've already cranked up the prompts, so we will just go ahead and get started with the illustrations and the animations, okay? Let me go to the screen. So this is Google Whisk platform. And when you get here, you have a couple of options to get started with. They have preloaded templates, so you can make these. You're able to, let me log in really quickly. I thought I was already logged in. And let me make sure I'm on the right link. But you're able to make, no, I'm not. You're able to make plushies. You're able to make stickers. We have had an episode where we've made stickers together. And you can make pins. They also have other prompts for templates. But we're just going to go ahead and start our storyboard and get started for the evening. So we have our subject area where I create the character and examples, or you can either create it by prompt or you can upload an example image, the same thing for the scenes and styles. And this makes an inspiration collaboration area for you to put your main prompts in this white space, and whatever you put on here is going to play a role into the output of the overall generation. You can choose your aspect ratio. They have 3 options: landscape, square, portrait. And these are a list of those other loaded templates if you want to do something with the templates. But as for tonight, we will just be using this main area and we will be sticking with landscape, okay? All right, so I'm in Grok. I use Grok.com instead of Grok inside of X.com. It just makes it a little more focused and easier for me to track. I have asked for a rewrite of the animation motion prompts, so we'll just get started with the illustration. So what I do is I go to subject, I put in the character prompt, and this basically formulates PIP. If I don't like it, I do have many versions of PIP that, see, I don't like that. So I have a version of PIP that I can just upload. Not every time does the model get him correct. So you've seen me actually create not only character sheets, but character sprites. And those help tremendously when you're trying to create character consistency in the model. So having an example of what you're going for helps a lot. I also have a subject prompt for his backpack because that is also a special element that needs to be right. And I have versions where it's like multiple versions of his backpack, but I've noticed that just this kind of single blue one works out better for me. So now we have our main subjects, and I'm just going to go back to our prompts here and start putting in our AI art prompt. So if you want to look at my prompt stack for my illustration, how I have it set up is the character prompt, the subject prompt if you have like a special element or what have you, the story text. So this goes, since we're making a storybook, this is the narration for the actual animation part of it. So there's 2 different lines, right? This is what's going to be inside of our book. This is what's going to be said in the actual film. This is our AI art prompt. You need to create the still image, which is created through AI art. And then through the animation of that said still image, you have your, this is what I call the animation motion prompt. And I created this title, by the way. All right, so I'm copying our prompt. And you're just going to see me doing this back and forth until we get all the scenes done. We've had a couple of horror stories, so I'll be switching up my journey without announcing it. This is beta, so there are things that happen. So keep that in mind. These are really, really nice, how they started this off. I actually like both of these, but for the story's sake, I'm going to keep this one. So if you don't like an image or you don't want the image, you can just click the delete. You'll see me do that not only when it generates 2, sometimes it generates 1, sometimes it generates 2. It really just depends on the model at a time. So most times it generates 1, especially when you're doing a full, as you go progress through your storyboard. So just keep that in mind. I'm gonna change the ratio here so I can see on my end. But that's how this image looks. It looks cool. I really don't like when I can see this little roll, but it's actually not that bad. I normally prefer it to look just like this, but we'll go for that. And you'll see us just kind of work. If I go, just enjoy the music. That's just me working through. This is just a live tutorial to show you the process so you can get inspired and get started on your projects. So I'm choosing to delete this one. You can see that because I kind of let this one slide, it's going to continue to try to skate with this little roll. But again, it's not that bad. As long as I have this flat top, I'm okay with it. And let me pull it up so you can see the full image. I also want to take the time out to talk about Open Router. If you are looking to experiment with some models, I highly recommend Open Router. You can get free a lot of access. You can get access to a lot of the most popular new release models like DeepSeek, Llama 4, all the Llama 4 models, and you can get the API key so you can make wrapper products. So if you're a developer or a newbie to SaaS development and you want to create AI SaaS and you want to be able to explore freely without a large overhead, I highly recommend Open Router. I have had my account for almost almost a year and a half now, but I recently have been able to create stuff that I actually see real progress with. So I just wanted to share the information. Okay, I'm gonna go with that one. I like this one, but it's just a little offsetting from the others. I'm just scrolling down, grabbing some motion prompts. Remember what happened last time? So I'm just gonna start on some animations. So when you get to animate, you just click animate and it's gonna bring up this board, and I just put out our motion prompt. I have timestamps. It doesn't necessarily follow the timestamps 100%, but it just helps you to kind of set the metrics. And my timestamps are for 0.6 seconds, even though the generation is 8 seconds. I give the model about 2 seconds to kind of get into the motion. So there is some, a little slight delay. So that 2 seconds gives that room for that delay without totally missing the full purpose of how you want the motion to be presented in that said scene's animation. So it does take a little bit for those of you all who are new to watching my live streams. It takes about 1 to 2 minutes, never longer than that. So, just exercise, just a little bit of patience. Most animation projects, some of them have you in a queue for longer than that. So for this to be 8-second generation animation model tool, pretty fast, if I do say so myself. And I like it because it gives you, I love progress. Like, I like to see how long, like, where are we in our process. I even put that in the projects that I've been working on myself behind the scenes. Like, I built a transcription tool called Audio Mind, and I host it on Google Colabs. And one of the things that I made my model do is let me know where you are in the progression, because Whisper is ran off of Whisper, which is an open source transcription repo that you can gain access to if you want to use it for transcriptions. It's AI powered. And with that being said, I was like, the first rendition, so as I was building that, it's really an agent, but it's built like a SaaS, but it's hosted on Google Colabs. And I wanted it because I have a lot of videos that I want to transcribe, and I have some MP3s that are old from some trainings that I taught over the years. And I didn't want to invest in a tool. I was like, I'm learning how to dev. You better build it, okay? And that's the best projects. So I'm not seasoned when it comes to certain things, but I'm never a person that's not going to give sound advice. So I would highly suggest, if you're looking for things to hack on or build as practice, if you really want to get into vibe coding or any type of development projects, I would say build stuff that you actually need, that may be simple projects. So that transcription tool may be small in many people's eyes, but when I built Audio Mind, that was something that really inspired me, and it's a tool that I can use, and I'm proud of it. Okay, listen. So no matter what you're working on in your tech journey, build stuff that you can utilize and that really empowers you and helps you move forward, and you will see that benefit trickle on to the marketplace if you choose to release, and so on and so forth. All right, here is our animation. So the lip sync and everything is on point. PIP is neurodivergent. He's nonverbal, so most of all of his scenes will be narrated. So it's always a narrator speaking, like, Pip is doing this, Pip is doing that. So that's a part of his journey, his neurodivergent journey. So you see me kind of grabbing the rewritten, because I told you I asked for an extension on the animation motion prompts from the previous stack. So that's what you see me grabbing. And you will see the releases of I literally have 3 PIP books that need to be released, so you all will see those being released on Amazon this coming week. So for the projects that y'all know we have built together, I count y'all as together because y'all watched me build it live. So PIP, you all still been waiting on PIP Goes to the Beach to hit the market, so that will be released, and the other ones. So stay tuned. I decided that we're gonna redo PIP Learn Shapes again because I have better renditions of how I want PIP to look, and that book was so potent. So we're gonna do that one tomorrow. We're gonna bring that one back. So for those of y'all who was on that live stream, we will be doing all of those pictures again. All of those illustrations, not pictures, again. And that will be one of the 3 as well that will be released. I made that executive decision. But now that we've seen, like, I know you've seen the improvement of how PIP looks from me attending that session in Google Labs. So if you want to get connected with these tools that I'm using, I'm just using labs.google products. Join their Discord, sign up. You can see when they have their next workshop and join the community to participate in their challenges and things. If you're in the Discord, go vote for PIP for the spring challenge for the plushie. I submitted his plushie design. This animation looks great. So go vote for PIP. We have the stickers and we have merch. So merch and all that will be set up as well. So we're just doing the full, he's coming to life more and more every day. And I'm super blessed and grateful for all of the rapid success I was able to accomplish in just a few months with the power of AI. So again, I just want to be a living testimony of what you can do with just some messy action and consistency. But yes, going back on Open Router, please, it changed my world when I realized how to use it. I was like, oh, I can use this for the API. And I was able to make a full-on tool hosted on Radio. And then I have Hugging Face Pro. And this is why you need community. Okay, story time. Like I said, I'm very, very new to a lot of this. I'm not completely new to tech. I've been doing digital marketing and marketing since 2014. Really 2012, but we'll just say 2014 professionally. And I was very, I'm a self-learner, self-taught. I catch on really fast when I don't know things. I just don't know. So I have Hugging Face Pro, and I didn't know like the full scope of everything you could do. So being involved with certain people, they tell you things that you need to know. And once I seen the benefit of spaces and how to actually host a model that you're working on inside of Hugging Face, plus how to work with Google Colab and Open Router. Oh, there are going to be a lot more projects that I can host on my GitHub account. Speaking of GitHub, if you go on my x.com profile, it's the pin post. I have a free prompt engineering course. You can also go and sign up for my Udemy class. That's on udemy.com. It's AI Essentials for Professionals. Is a great course. It's available. I think Udemy is running a sale on it. So you can either access my free prompt engineering course, or you can go and purchase my more extensive course that is on udemy.com, depending on what your level of intentionality is when it comes to investing in yourself and what you feel that you need to check out. The GitHub course It's written, but Udemy, you get videos. So definitely take advantage of those. Here is our animation. Look at that. That's beautiful. Love it. And it saves all of the animations right here. So as you can see, we have our own little section. So you have your full-on board. It's really, really nice. They made a powerful tool. And I like Whisk honestly because it's simple. I feel like simplicity, especially when it comes to tools that are so powerful like AI tools, that simplicity, that ABC makes it very user friendly. I've been a web designer for years, so I've always paid attention to the user experience and understand that more than anything. And I've always, even with my own sites that I've built, I wanted it to be very easy and less complicated for those who are going to be scrolling and interacting on your page or your site, rather. Okay. I would have to say my favorite thing about Google with Animate is that it's 8 seconds. I don't like the models, they only give you 5 seconds. So having 8 seconds is pretty potent, and it's long enough, but it's not too long, It's not 10 seconds, but it's not 5 either. So I like the 8. It works for me. That's my part. And it helps you, create a little longer sceneries. Longer scenes, not sceneries. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe on whatever platform you're tuning in on. And I forgot to turn on the chat yet again. So sorry, people. All right. Okay, we've animated that. We're just gonna keep going. So I'm gonna scroll back up here. We're on scene 6, people. So we're gonna grab our prompt. Keep this thing moving. So fun fact, this story concept was actually created from one of the sticker t-shirt designs that was themed after Pip with a paintbrush. And when I saw it, I was like, oh yes, we are definitely going to make this. So from there, I was automatically motivated to create this as a storybook, and it was right on topic, real heavy sensory. One of my favorite roles was I worked in the school system with the special education for second graders, and it changed my world forever. I was able to work and see vast improvement with the students that I was assigned, and I knew from that day that special education was a part of my journey. So this is just a piece of it, just to give you some understanding why I'm so passionate about neurodivergency. It's a beautiful thing. Both of these look really, really nice, but I'm gonna go with this one. I love both of these, but I'm gonna stick with this one. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that one. Right. You click animate, you put in your prompt. I'm just animating these for you. Then we'll continue. All right, here is our animation. You click animate, that brings you here. We're grabbing our prompt. You put it right here and generate. Before we end today's live, I'll show you the video that we completed yesterday using Google Whisk and Hedra Labs. That's what we'll close out on. It's really, really short, just FYI, because all the clips ended up being 2 seconds. But I will say that that platform, the credits work per second. So it's 7 credits per second. That can be a bit much, but that's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm not gonna speak on people's structures, but that can be a little bit much, because I was wondering, the reason why I'm bringing it up is because when I was going through the generations, I was trying to understand why it was taking so many credits. I didn't understand because I know I saw 7 credits. So I'm like, why is it taking so many? So technically, it was taking 14 credits per scene of those generations. And I know we had like 3 mess ups. So I went from, or excuse me, I'm still getting over this allergy, sinuses, whatever. And so I realized that from 400 credits, we ended up on like 52 left. And I was like, what? That don't make any sense. So when I went back and read it again, I saw that it said per second. So that's just something I would say when you choosing a model, really read how the credits work so you can properly plan how you want to go about using your credits. And that was for Hedra. But beautiful platform, 100%. But I'll be honest, when it comes to PIP, I'm gonna stay loyal to Whisk. I really like this platform. It works for me in every sense of the way. All right. Him painting the grass is so clutch. I love that. It's so unorthodox to sit there and paint grass. You know what? Am I gonna regenerate this? Because that's not that like I hate it, but that backpack strap could probably be a little more solid. Okay, that works. And I didn't mean for it to be all caps. My keyboard was already on there, already on cap lock, so I wasn't yelling at the model. I was seeing you type in. I seen a post talking about, be honest, are you polite to your models or your large language models? I am. I've always been polite. I remember early on when people were discussing their experiences with their various dialogues and conversations with large language models. Some people say, Or I don't care to be polite, or I don't this and other. I think that's the beauty of it. But I personally, I try to keep a nice, simple dialogue, a little mutual respect, not coming at the model sideways or being rude. It doesn't. I mean, unless you want to use it as a stress reliever, I don't know. But I think being a little bit polite is okay. But I will stand on the principle that it's not necessary. So, oh, that was cute. I like how they did the sun. All right, we're on 11. Grabbing our prompt. These are horrendous. No, thank you. So I'm just adding an image to kind of get our style together. Okay, now we in motion. There we go. I don't know what was going on. Okay, moving on. All right, perfect. This is cute. I like it. Okay, let's see what we got going on. We'll keep that one. All right, we're moving on. I'm sorry, I forgot I had the mic on for a second. I'm over here breathing hard. I'm trying to fix this strap. I I zoned out for a second. Okay, there you go. Sheesh. Thought I was gonna have a whole situation. It's fixed now. I tried to refine it, and I ended up just having to add minute, some more words to close that strap. Okay. I already did that one. All right, we're moving on to animating. Beautiful. It's the look at the screen for me. So we're just animating right now our last scenes. Okay. Love it. All right. I love that. right, we're just animating. Beautiful. Amazing. 10 out of 10. Okay. All right. Oh, that's fire. That's fire. I like that. Okay. Okay. So we have successfully created all 20 of our scenes. I'm just scrolling through so y'all can see. This is Pip with a paintbrush, so everything is complete. And we successfully got all of our 20 animations. Yay. We just need to do one more thing and then we're out of here. Well, two more things. I got to show y'all what we created yesterday and completed with Google Whisk and Hedra Labs, which is another amazing animation studio that we pivoted due to a crash that happened while we were working on a previous project. We weren't able to animate on that stream. Well, we animated, but we didn't. The website literally restarted and wiped the whole storyboard out. So we were not able to generate animations for all 20 scenes. So as that I was able to pivot to Hedra to complete that. Now it's a shorter project, but it's still completed. I'm just working through this. So Google Whisk is able to create cover images for your projects. So just to let y'all know that that's what we're doing right now. Hard. That looks amazing. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. That's the best cover to date. You understand me? Let me put a heart. I gotta heart that. Let's animate this. Oh, that just made my heart smile. So I'm not gonna put it together tonight. Come back tomorrow as we work on another. So tomorrow we got to finish the animation of this, the storybook, and then we have another project, another storybook that we're gonna work on. That's what we're gonna do tomorrow. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell so you're notified when I go live. Okay, this is our animated cover. 10 out of freaking 10. That is so amazing. Another successful session, y'all. Super, super grateful for everyone. Let me play this for y'all, what we completed yesterday.
Needs help.
Let me start.
Pip's Quest for the Spring Flower, written by Rosemary Salem. Pip sees his meadow needs help. A whisper tells of a magic flower. Pip starts his big adventure. Pip enters the spooky woods. A glowing petal shows the way. Pip follows the glowing trail. Up the hill he climbs. He spots a colorful glow. Pip slides down with glee. Pip lands safe and sound. A bright glow draws him in. Pip finds the magic flower. Pip takes the flower with care. The flower's magic fills Pip. Pip races back with the flower. Pip returns to the meadow. Pip plants the magic flower. The meadow comes alive. Pip's joy lights up the land. Pip's quest brings spring back. Pip's Quest for the Spring Flower.
Okay, so that was created. Pip's Quest for a Spring Flower by Rosemary Salem, which is Whisk, Google Whisk by Google Labs. For the AI illustrations and AI animation and audio was by Hedra Labs, y'all. And I did the editing live with you all in Clipchamp. Okay, so that is literally all I have for you guys tonight for our AI mastery session with Rosemary. I enjoyed you all. We have made some amazing projects live, from coloring books, storybooks, t-shirt design, stickers. We've done it live together. Come back tomorrow as we put together our work that we did for this new storybook, which is Pip with a Paintbrush. Can't wait for you all to see it, and we're going to work on another storybook as we continue the expansion of Pip's world, his adventures, his quest. I love y'all with the love of Christ. I hope y'all have an amazing rest of your day or evening. I know there are people tuning in all around the world, so I hope you all enjoyed tonight's session, and I will be seeing y'all on tomorrow.